Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. As you can see from the title of this video, we are going to talk about just evidence and the previous seasons showing how much more smarter that Melody is in comparison to Martell, but he really thought that he could try and manipulate her anyway. So I think that this is definitely a key throwback, a stroll down memory lane. And again, I wanted to share these videos with you all while we're all on Christmas vacation. You may have some extra time just to kick back and look at some videos and really come up with your added opinions and commentary on these sound bites. And then we can all just kind of, exercise our brains and kick it with each other in the comments. So before we go ahead and get into these sound bites, I ask that you all please hit the like button on this video. Then YouTube will recommend this video to more people who enjoy these conversations that are generated from scenes from Love and Marriage Huntsville. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would love to have you. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to play this first soundbite. It is an opinion that Melody has about Martell. She expresses it right with him sitting right beside her. And then we're going to listen to his reaction. And then I'll come back with my commentary. And of course, I have to say that the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on these sound bites are allowed. All right, and everything said here is definitely alleged in my opinion. All right, so let's go for it.
At this point, I have a lot on my mind. Plus, last time we tried to take a trip. I answered the phone, and now our marriage is up in the air like the clouds are up in the air. So what did you do the other day for therapy?
Yeah, I did. And it went well.
Really? Have you been working on yourself?
I have.
How?
Trying to dissect the person that I am and why I'm like that. I'm still trying to get things figured out.
I think it's great that Martell is going to therapy so that he can try to work through his issues. And honestly, I kind of feel like Martell is a narcissist. So.
Hey, you've told me that several times.
We looked it up, and he said what?
What I said was, man, these are the traits that everyone has right here.
Yeah,
Everybody's a narcissist.
That's a narcissist.
So you're a narcissist. You're a narcissist. You're a narcissist. You're a narcissist. Everybody's a narcissist.
Not everybody.
Everybody. Okay. I really want to be the man you want me to be.
I want you to be the man that you want to be.
Well, but my thing is, the person that I want to be might not be the person that you want me to be. So I'd much rather be the person that you want me to be.
I'd much rather you be the person that you can smile at when you look in the mirror every day, that your children can look up to when they see you and as they get older. Period.
Okay, so in this scene, of course, it's cutting away between the car ride and their confessionals. They are actually driving from Huntsville to Birmingham, Alabama. It is an hour-and-a-half drive. They were actually going to an event that was celebrating a cover issue with I Push. That was the name of the magazine. They had a special Power Couples issue, and Melody and Martell, they were on the cover of that particular magazine issue regarding power couples. So they were going to that launch. And Melody stated that, she really wasn't feeling it because she had a lot on her mind. What they end up saying after that soundbite is that when it comes to business, they are able to compartmentalize and basically put to the side their marital issues and put on their game faces to take care of business. And I definitely admire that, right? And that happens in our everyday life. Like, I can remember when my mom was really sick and it was very stressful and sad. And then, I would pray each morning and I would ask God to help me, not to take my sadness out on others. And also I worked in the financial industry and sales, and I still had a sales goal, and I would ask God to help me focus, bless me with incredible focus. so that I could still hit my sales goals and at least keep my work performance under control while like my mom's health was obviously out of my control. So I could definitely relate to when Melody and Martell were saying that when it comes to business, they can like put their marital issues to the side to take care of business and to get it done. So I definitely admire them for that. Now, what is so interesting is that Martell tried to make light of Melody's opinion on him being a narcissist. And of course, just so you know, narcissism is a personality trait where a person thinks of others as inferior to them, and they think very highly of themselves. And what is so ironic is that if you checked out my video just from yesterday, where it was a conversation between Martell and his friend Neville, you know, he was talking about how Coleslaw put him on a pedestal and he used flashy cars to get women. And so, you know, it made him feel good. And then, you know, in my opinion, he does think little of women. We even seen him on the current season 6 saying to Nell and Chris Fletcher that, you know, a woman should never talk to a man that way. He never said that human beings should treat each other with more love. It's that a woman should not talk to a man a certain way. So I felt like it was just so smart and insightful of Melody to look up the definition of narcissism, and she could identify that in Martell at that time. Yes, you all let me know about that. I know that in all of the colorful, beautiful conversations that beautiful Black women have had on the panels for Love and Marriage Huntsville, that definitely was a topic that was brought up, you know? So I feel like it was a blessing that Melody is so smart and she actually looked up the definition of a narcissist and she could see it, you know, in the person that she was married to at the time. I think that that was like a protective shield almost. All right, so in this next soundbite, it basically supports, you know, Melody's claims in that confessional that her ex-husband is a narcissist. So I'm going to play this soundbite and then we will break it down. All right, here we go.
In the morning, we're driving to Birmingham for a big event.
iPush Magazine is unveiling their power couple issue with us on the cover. It's an honor, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like bittersweet just because whenever we took the photo and did the article, we were just in such a much better space than where we are now. So it's definitely bittersweet. I do find myself having to be different ways with different people at different times, having very little time to really get into my feelings. And when I'm able to do that, it hits hard.
I think you need to stop reflecting so much and just keep doing, just like your husband. Because when you think about all that crazy stuff that brings us problems. That's why we getting all them
You
crazy
said my thoughts brings us problems?
It has.
You said my thoughts is what brings us problems?
Has. But go ahead, though, man. Sorry to interrupt. I love
Wow.
you. What's up, babe? Mel, what's up?
What's up?
What you wearing?
I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to decide.
Okay. Trying to make sure that we coordinate like we always do.
I'm not too fun anymore on all that coordinating clothing-wise. I weather for things to be coordinated within the house. Okay?
I mean, okay. We getting there. We working on that.
In situations like this, the options for any marriage, together, separated, or divorce. Those are options.
Or upstairs. Right? We're not going to get a divorce. So it's like we don't have to speak about a divorce right now, you know?
Tell you what, I'm gonna wear what I choose to wear, and you go pick out you something to wear, and if it happens to coordinate, it happens coordinated. Bye, Martell Ho.
So it's going to be the... Babe, is that gold and black? So I'm going to get me 2 outfits together, okay? All right, love you.
So I giggle because that last part, obviously, Martell was more concerned about how he and Melody would look to others. He wanted them to coordinate their outfits. As you can see, Melody is wearing like a metallic, kind of almost like a gold and black ombre metallic color, and he ended up wearing blue, a blue button down and blue pants. So they did not coordinate, although that was what he wanted. Visually, when he was trying to get her to reveal what she was wearing and the color scheme, they were basically talking in the hallway because they were in separate bedrooms. You know, if you checked out my video yesterday with Martell and his friend Neville, he was explaining that after the peasant called him and Melody answered his phone, he said that, Melody initially asked me to move out, and then I was able to convince her to let me be upstairs in a room. So, he's trying to talk with her about what was she going to wear at the I Push event. And she would not really reveal it because she said, I don't care about us being color coordinated. I want the interior, the inner part of our lives to be coordinated. And that totally went over his head. And he also seemed uninterested in taking a deeper level of the disconnect. Melody was saying, you and I are disconnected on such a level that even if we wore matching stripes from head to toe, we would still be disconnected. And that totally went over his head. He did not care. He was just into appearances. He did not want anyone to detect that his marriage was falling apart, especially because he knew that it was his fault. But also, I just have to point out and say that Melody is such a deep thinker. She is way smarter than Martell. She is literally the professor and he is the student. But he is the student that unfortunately is just not getting it. He's not applying anything. I mentioned in the other video with Neville, it's pretty much a waste of time for Martell to go to therapy if he does not apply any of the techniques that the therapist recommends so that he can change for the better. But in any event, he definitely tried to gaslight Melody when he said that her thoughts was the cause of their problems. And just a heads up, gaslighting is a form of manipulation when a person tries to convince you that you caused the disrespect that happened to you, because they don't want to own up to what they did and they definitely don't want to change for the better. So they try to manipulate you into thinking that you are the reason why you keep getting disrespected and harm keeps happening. So he definitely tried to do that to her, but thank God, God has blessed Melody with such intellect in combination with spirituality that she could always overcome this guy's attempts to gaslight her. So definitely I would say to anyone, there's a therapist that I follow and she says, love, trust, and accept yourself. Trust your gut feeling, trust your thoughts. Don't question yourself when someone is disrespecting you. Follow your gut because it is leading you in the right path. You're not stupid, so you know when something does not feel right. So I just thought that these sound bites were definitely interesting, so insightful. And, like I've said it plenty of other times, I love to binge watch the older seasons. I love those conversations. And you can just really, if you cannot directly relate to each person's situation, it's something that you can draw from it. And that's why us content creators, we make these videos and it generates conversation. Speaking of conversation, I would love to hear what you all think about, Melody's insightfulness and her looking up the definition of narcissism, being able to identify it in Martell and how he tried to dance around it, and her thoughts. He was like, you think so hard. And that's why, I've been told that by guys too. A couple of guys told me that of different races, Black and Middle Eastern, that I think too much. Okay. So what do you all think about that as well? Please hit the like button on this video. I would appreciate it so much. And in fact, thank you for even watching this video. That means the world to me. And I hope you all are having a great Christmas vacation. Definitely subscribe to Show Style and Spirit if you have not already done so. And I will talk with you soon. Bye.